Hey, welcome to After the Credits. Very special episode today. We're going to review The Call, have This Movie Is Perfect, then we're going to debut a new segment called Real Talk, which is probably already a thing, but fuck it, who cares? Stay tuned! Welcome back. We're going to get started with my review of The Call. Okay, The Call is a movie about 911 operator Jordan Turner who accidentally dropped the ball by calling back one of the dialers, 911, and got her murdered by somebody who was in her house. So she suffers from PTSD and doesn't want to be an operator anymore until one day she gets a call from another woman who's being abducted, and she thinks, hey, this is my chance at redemption if I save this woman. This woman's played by Abigail Breslin. Now this should come as no surprise, but Halle Berry is really fucking great in this movie. I mean, she's pretty great in just about anything she does, even if the movie's terrible. Like Swordfish. Jeez. But she has this genuine emotion that goes through her this whole movie. She's always concerned and like just scared too. She's optimistic, but she always expects the worst. Actually, that's not optimistic. Wow. She hopes for the best, but expects the worst, and it's really conveyed in the way she talks. There's a moment where Casey and Jordan are talking, and she just asks, hey, what's your favorite movie? And just to get her mind off of it. And it's a really nice moment that the two of them share while she's in the trunk of a car being taken away. The villain in the movie, Michael Foster, played by Michael Eklund. It's kind of weird when your character has the same first name, but whatever. He's actually really interesting. He reminds me of Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, and he has these weird, crazy, incestuous fantasies with his sister that he wants to live out by kidnapping women and recreating her. I don't know, it's weird. I didn't understand. Abigail Breslin is also really good in this movie. She's scared the whole time, and her character acts like a human being would. She doesn't take the opportunity to attack when she can because she's too terrified, because in reality, if you were in the trunk of a car, you probably would just be shitting your pants, not devising an escape strategy. Now, the movie starts off really tense and has a realistic focus, but then it just becomes a cheap thriller and ridiculous. There's flaming Mexicans and hidden bases under like summer camp lodges. It's weird as hell. I don't get it. The movie's also really stupid and expects you not to think about anything. Anyway, another thing I really hated about this movie was the music. It's just kind of terrible. Like, the licensed songs that they use, Karma Chameleon and Putting on the Ritz, they work in their scenes because they juxtapose the terror and the tension that's going on in the scene, and it just makes it that much more unsettling. But all the composed music just sounds terrible. There's one particular instance in the credits where it's some weird techno phone call remix, and I just wanted to snap the disc in half as soon as I heard it. Overall, it has a lot of tense moments and great performances from the leads, but there are so many flaws and just such stupidity surrounding it that it just brings down the entire movie. I give The Call 6.5 out of 10. There's a lot better movies to be renting, but hey, you might enjoy it.
On this week's This Movie Is Perfect, I'm going to be talking about a very special movie with a very important message about race. This movie is Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is the story of a man named Scott, played by Michael J. Fox, who he's on the basketball team, but he's not very good at it. He doesn't get girls, he can't dance, he can't buy beer. Everything just sucks for Scott. Until he discovers he's inherited his father's curse, which means he's a goddamn werewolf. Now, he discovers this, and he's freaking out, and he goes to play basketball, and all of a sudden, in the middle of basketball, he turns into a fucking werewolf, and everyone's like, oh my god, a werewolf! Yeah, go werewolf! Play the basketball! So he's playing basketball as a werewolf, and no one gives it a shit. There's a werewolf there, but they can't quite comprehend the fact that he's a fucking monster. Maybe this is a movie where, like, everyone's just cool with werewolves. It's like a socially accepted fact that they exist, but they just don't like it when they come to their school. Which brings us to the race part. See, once Scott becomes a werewolf, he becomes very good at basketball, all the white girls at school want to hook up with him, and he can suddenly dance. Are you seeing where I'm getting at here? Teen Wolf is an allegory about being black. He's cool when he's white, but when he becomes a werewolf, like, the principal's like, oh, I don't like your kind at my school. I've had this prejudice against your father my entire life. Now I don't like you because you are with this school playing basketball. So it's about race, and eventually Scott has to realize that he shouldn't be, a werewolf anymore, and he should assimilate into white culture by just playing a basketball game as plain old white Scott. Not werewolfing, just plain white Scott. So he plays, and they eventually win against the evil team, which they play this team like fucking 5 times in the movie. It's the same team. Actually, I think it's the same fucking school. I think they're just practicing. I don't know what's happening. The team just wears red. They show up at the same dances as them, the same plays and shit. It's weird. So Teen Wolf A movie about assimilation into a culture and giving up what makes you special. And that's a shitty message. And you know how we know it's shitty? Because you shouldn't give up who you are to please people. If you're black, if you're of mixed race, don't give up any part of your culture just because you feel like it'll make you fit in. Just be the werewolf you know? Here and out there in the world. So this movie may be perfect, but its message isn't.
Camera rolling. Real talk. Take one. Action.
Hola, bienvenidos a Real Talk.
He said, hello, welcome to Real Talk. This is a segment where we just kind of shoot the shit about movies.
See. So, summer
Yes.
movies. Let's just do a rundown of what's come out so far. We've had Fast and Furious 6. We've had Iron Man 3.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah, no colon too. It's just Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah, we're trekking into
Man of
darkness.
Steel happened. So
Monsters University.
yeah, that doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Just how those first
The
four.
Lone
World
Ranger.
War Z.
That was
Lone
shitty.
Ranger, which I didn't see because I just donated my money straight to
Yeah,
the
I
local
saw it. It was
casino.
shitty.
Despicable Me 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about we just?
Okay,
Which
so,
one's your favorite so far?
I think my favorite was probably Iron Man 3.
You're correct, Javante.
You're wrong. That one's wrong. My personal favorite movie was Fast 6. It was the best movie.
I respect your choice, but you're wrong because
I'm
that
wrong?
movie didn't feature Iron Man in it at all.
Fuck Iron Man. What the hell?
Vin
right.
Diesel sounds like iron in a blender.
Yeah, well, he is the Iron Giant. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm
it had the
fucking
Iron
right.
Giant in it.
I mean, we could argue that Iron Giant is the best Superman movie ever made.
yeah.
Speaking of iron, which is a metal, let's talk about Man of Steel, huh? You guys love Man of Steel? Or just me? No?
I feel like it's a really boring action movie because it just drags on.
Just
so
say
long.
what it is. It's a shitty
It's-
Superman movie.
Yeah, it's a boring
shit.
action movie disguised as a shitty Superman movie.
Dude, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's much like Clark Kent is disguised as no one in this movie. He just walks around like, hey, I'm shh, don't tell anyone I'm Superman, Lois, even though I'm clearly the most handsome man in the world. It's like, seriously, Perry White has seen the most handsome man in the world make out with, like, his star reporter on this field of corpses, basically. This, like, barren crater. And he's just like, oh, there's the most handsome man in the world making out with Lois. Hey, Superman. And later he shows up at the Daily Planet, still looking fucking handsome. Like,
He doesn't even know disguise in
Yeah.
any way.
there's not, like, let's be real here. He looks like he's carved out of marble by, like, to make a Greek statue. It's upsetting. This man's so pretty, I hate him.
Dude.
But it's like, how do they not notice? Hey, it's the most handsome man in the world right there.
Wait a
And they're
minute.
like, oh, this is Clark. He's going to be joining now. No
Clark
one's just like,
Kent?
he looks kind of like
It's
Superman.
every high school movie where they take off the girl's glasses and ponytail and go, oh my god, you're Superman.
She's hot.
And they go, what teen movie did they do that? Where she's Superman?
She's all that. It was the director's cut.
Oh my god, you're Superman. That's what happened.
Okay, so let's talk about something that we're not going to just make fun of because we hate it. Spoiler, we all hate Man of Steel.
Piece
Yeah.
of shit. So Fast
okay.
6.
Fast 6. Have you seen Fast 6?
I actually didn't get to see it before
Okay,
it came out
so-
in theaters.
Wow.
Okay. Best ensemble action
You mean
movie
Furious
I've ever
6?
seen.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's,
agree.
It's credited in the main titles as Furious 6. So we have Fast 5, Furious 6, and hopefully and 7.
Oh my fucking
But
god.
it's a
yes.
perfect action movie. Every character gets their time to shine. There are great sequences in and out of the cars. And as stupid as it is, you really like the characters because they've grown on you, they're family, because they tell you, take a drink every time they say family. Sneak a bottle into the theater, and when they go, family, just swing, alright? It's a nonsensical movie too, but it wears on its sleeve. Like, we get great, like, 80s action movie lines, like The Rock saying, you gotta go find wolves, you get wolves to hunt them. That doesn't make sense.
That's such a shitty
You don't
line.
hunt wolves with wolves, you hunt wolves with hunting.
Speaking of The Rock, did you guys think he looked bigger in Fast 6 than he did in Fast 5?
Oh, dude, yeah, The
Like, all
Rock.
he does is lift weights in his free
Yeah,
time.
and he makes Vin Diesel look like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
I've heard that was cool. Not a
That's
point.
Kumail Nanjiani's joke.
Not a point against it, but I've heard that Fast 5 was better than Fast 6.
They're wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong.
Fast 6 is just so satisfying as a movie because it commits to it commits to being a soap opera. Like, there's a character with amnesia that's gone evil.
Oh god.
And they've got to, like, fight evil versions of themselves. Tyrese gets the biggest laugh in the movie by saying, hey man, those are evil us's. Perfect.
It's evil.
Joe, what's your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie is, I think it's the girl fight between Letty and I forget the other chick.
Gina Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano.
Who used to date the Man of Steel himself, Henry Cavill.
No, it's funny. They're fighting in like that underground subway station. Yeah, and they fall.
tube.
Yeah, they fall down the escalator. And they're just fighting the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, really, no one tried to intervene
That was
at all.
a really good fight.
Yeah, she's getting her ass beat. No one's trying to help.
That was intercut with my favorite fight in the movie, second favorite fight in the movie, where Han and Tyrese have to fight this dude who he's from the Raid. Like, so you know he's gonna fuck someone up. And Han is like, Han's in the position of being the guy that doesn't know Kung Fu. So like he clearly feels a little self-conscious about it because they're just getting their asses beat by one guy. And they've been chasing him until the guy just realizes, wait, I know Kung Fu, I can just beat the shit out of them. And he does. In front of a crowd of people, he beats up cops, he beats up Tyrese, and they just have to go, we don't speak of this again, like they've been thrashed. They're gonna take showers in their clothes crying.
Okay, now I know there's one person here who's a differing opinion than the rest of us. Javante, I know you didn't like Iron Man 3.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me why.
Tell me why you're wrong.
No one's wrong here. Until they've proven it.
You just said earlier you're wrong.
I have problems with why I hate Iron Man 3. I hated the fact that we saw Super Pepper Potts at the end. I hated that we didn't see enough of Rhodey.
Okay, so you don't like empowered women and
No.
you want to push a political agenda, okay?
I miss the 50s.
Okay, keep going. Tell us the things you didn't like about
One
it.
thing I really hated was the whole time Tony Stark like, oh man, I have anxiety from New York, and he's seizing up all the time. Like, really, the whole time?
Yeah, because he's been affected by... Because they equate the attack in Avengers on New York to being like 9/11, and instead of being bad about it like Man of Steel was, they approach it with realistic reactions. The whole world has changed, and Tony Stark is freaking out.
He's realizing there are things that are more powerful than me. There are forces out there that are greater than Iron Man.
They're talking over each other.
There was parts that I really enjoyed of the movie. There was, but I hate it almost as much as I hate Iron Man 2.
Well, you're wrong.
Why am I wrong?
It's not as bad as Iron Man 2. It's a good movie. See, Iron Man 2 is a blip in the radar. Iron Man 2 was like a commercial for the Avengers.
Oh my god.
But Iron Man 1 is a movie about a guy getting into a suit, and Iron Man 3 is a movie about a guy getting out of the suit.
You know what?
Getting out of the shell he made for himself to protect himself from the world. It's very thematic, it brings it full circle, and after this, we don't need more Iron Man movies.
Fuck Iron Man.
And we're not going to get them, really, with
And
Robert Downey Jr.
it's probably one of the best Christmas movies, too.
Yeah, Shane Black, every movie he does is Christmas. Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Like, dude fucking loves Christmas. Like, he may have a hard-on for Christmas. Like, put a Christmas tree in the corner.
Dude,
That's it, stroke the bulbs.
you know what?
Why is everyone
Pray on the
Batman when you do
bulbs.
that?
Because it's the most deranged voice.
Wasn't that some movie that we enjoyed?
Wait, I'm not done with Iron Man 3.
I don't want to talk about Iron Man.
No,
Let's get past this. I fucking hate Iron Man 3.
Alright, fine, we're done with Iron Man 3.
Okay, can we talk about Star Trek for a really quick second?
Star Trek Into Darkness.
No colon.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Star Trek?
Okay,
No colon.
the reason I don't like the new Star Trek, well, I like it. I don't hate it. I just
dislike it.
I like the movie. It bothers me that they took the easy way out so much. Like,
It doesn't do anything for itself.
just on a pure story level, it doesn't quite work because it never has tension. Because at the beginning, you see Khan has magic blood that can heal anyone, and it instantly makes you go, "Oh, if anyone dies or gets
That's
hurt,
a cop
we can
out, yeah.
just use magic blood." It took all the air out of things.
Yeah. Whereas
Whereas
in like Star Trek 2, in the original set of movies,
Wrath of Khan, the movie they basically remade.
Wrath of Khan, it has like a huge impact when Spock died because there was no way to bring him back.
Well, and plus that was built off 3 seasons of TV and a movie, and this occurred. Star Trek showed up in the 60s. Star Trek 2 was made in the 80s. We had 2 decades of actual connection between these characters, and with the characters in Star Trek Into Darkness, we've only had 2 movies with them. We don't really feel their connection as much. And I admit, I got a little teary-eyed when Spock was crying over Kirk. They had some really good exchanges. I thought it was a very good scene. But I couldn't help but feel it cheapened and ruined because they were just trying to get my feelings from Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. They're just exploiting me for being a fan of Star Trek to get emotion out of me. Like, how'd you feel about Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan?
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
I really liked him as Khan.
I don't know, I just didn't feel it.
But I didn't like that they cast a white guy to play an Indian Superman.
He could have really been like any kind of villain because he's really great being a
He
villain.
didn't need to be Khan.
Yeah.
It was just to go, oh, we guess we're just going to do this because that's what the fans want. No fan wanted it.
Wait, can we hop back to that scene with Kirk? He's dying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that scene...
Tell me how not to feel.
Yeah, the scene... I love the whole movie in that scene. seemed awkward. That's one of the hell way to die is radiation.
Well, that's how Spock died.
And I get that. I feel like they should have changed that though.
Yeah, not be so straight about it.
Yeah.
Like not go complete 1-to-1.
I wanted to change it. Yeah.
I just like the moment Spock looked up and shouted, "God!" I was like, movie, you didn't have to be restrained. That was silly. Like that's like the thing you would see on Saturday Night Live.
It's trying a little too much to like pay homage to Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, but
Yes.
things I did like about Khan in the movie though were aside from the fact he was a white guy, which they tried originally to cast some actors of people of color, and they turned down the role or they had to leave for scheduling reasons. And then Benedict Cumberbatch, he was cast without knowing he was Khan. So it's not his fault that he played this character that was supposed to be a person of color. I just wish they had cast someone that was, but he did okay.
Yeah.
And he was really chilling. Like that scene where he's saying like, I'm better, and Kirk's like, at what? Everything. Acting too, Chris Pine. And like it was like it was very real. Like he felt menacing. Like when he like breaks Carol Marcus's leg. Do you remember that?
This is dramatic as hell. He grabbed
Smashed her leg.
He pulled her shin up and snapped it. And said, "Now
My audience, they were like, people going, holy shit, God, like a kid screamed in front of me, and which made it funny because the next thing he does is he crushes her dad's head like a grape, which you don't see it, but you hear it, and it's like, holy shit. That was violent too, but no one reacted as much. And later when he's fighting Spock in their fist fight to end the movie, he goes to crush Spock's head twice. Like it's his
favorite move. It's his finisher.
That's his fatality.
That's his fatality. Yeah.
So, in short, the way I feel about Star Trek Into Darkness is it's a really good summer movie, but it's just not a good Star Trek movie, which it's made by people who I feel like they just don't get it, really. Like, they understand the trappings, they just don't understand how they're all supposed to fit together. Like, the real villain of the movie is he's in Starfleet and he's a warmonger. This should never have happened. The point of Starfleet and all this, but Gene Roddenberry laid it out, we've gotten past all our petty shit in the future. And to have it go back so easily to someone in Starfleet being a total villainous prick, it doesn't fit with the universe. This would never have happened if Roddenberry were still around.
And I hear this is supposed to be like metaphorical, like a sort of like something about like post 9/11.
Yeah, it's a movie about terrorism, really.
Yeah.
It's about striking back after it. And I'm ready for my summer movies to stop being about terrorism. We've had The Dark Knight Rises, Zero Dark 30, Iron Man 3. I'm just ready for terrorism to stop being in my movies because there's not any really good statements being made about it, and it just feels like they're feeding off of our fears. Yeah. So yeah, Star Trek Into Darkness, good movie. Not the best of the summer though.
So you like the first one better?
I do, but it also has a lot of the same problems that are endemic of the reboot of Star Trek.
All right, so gotta ask, what's everyone looking forward to?
The Wolverine.
Yes, the Wolverine.
I want to see Pacific Rim, but the Wolverine is the one I want.
Yeah.
Because no, I don't know. What are you looking forward to about it?
I feel like I don't want another X-Men movie yet. I'm looking for the solo Wolverine story that helps me love the character again, like I lived in the comic books when I was younger. And I feel like this movie could do it. I'm not saying it is, but I'm hoping it might.
Well, the movie promises us a couple things. It promises us more Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which he's good at it. He was even good at it in the last movie, even though it sucked. It promises us a more personal, intimate story about the character coming to terms with who he is and learning a code of honor like a samurai, which is a very important part of the character. And it promises us, just a fun Wolverine movie. And, that's all I want. I don't need a big, crazy movie like Pacific Rim, which I do want, but, not in this. We need a good character-based movie, because character comes first.
Yeah.
If you can't get character right, don't even make your movie. Man of Steel. So, yeah, Wolverine, it promises us consistent character in a good-looking movie. It's the director of 3:10 to Yuma. It's a really good movie.
Oh, yeah. I do really hope that this is the last Wolverine we get of this particular type. I want him to be more like a teacher.
Yeah, the character, he's very popular for being like the lone wolf that does things on his own, but he's evolved more into a leadership position because he's learned he's a good parent, despite what some people might think. But X-Men 3, the way it ended, we kind of with like Wolverine going to take over the position in the Xavier School. And this movie kind of does away with that, which I'm okay with because X-Men 3 sucked and we should just pretend that didn't happen. In fact, they're making a whole movie in order to erase it from happening.
X-Men, dude.
Yeah, that's my 2014 wait list. But
that's the good one.
Pacific Rim, all right? Pacific Rim.
The Gundam movie we want?
I'm going to go see that.
I want to see it so bad, but
is Charlie Day in it?
I feel a little apprehensive because I feel like it will deliver on the robot stuff, but I feel like the character, which I just said counts first, probably won't be represented too well.
Nope.
Yeah,
Hey, it might surprise you. You never know.
I like silly action movies, but the reason we all liked Fast 6 so much was it gave us all these great characters that we loved.
We got to know them better.
Yeah.
It was like a progressive sort of thing. We got to see them grow.
And last summer movie coming up, last one we're really anticipating is Elysium from Neil Blomkamp, the director of District 9, which is a very good movie. Elysium.
I'm kind of like Wilfred on this. I love Matt Damon.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like
Matt
I
Damon.
I go see whenever he's got something in this director. I mean, he's probably gonna have a very impressive track record after this.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp's great. I love the way he infuses social commentary into his sci-fi movies, which is what sci-fi's traditionally been used for.
Yeah.
And this is a movie about like Matt Damon. He lives on this planet on Earth. He lives in slums, and he needs healthcare because of reasons, and he goes to get healthcare by going to the planet, like the satellite in the sky, where all the rich people live. So it's really about the disparity between classes. And you know what? I like those themes. I want fun movies that explore social commentary in a really enlightening way.
I do like how it's kind of reflective, the whole separation of classes, kind of like how he did in District 9,
Yeah.
the whole racism bit.
Apartheid, yeah, that was entirely a movie about apartheid.
And it was great how it was set in South Africa, too.
Yeah, well, he's a South African director.
Really great.
Yeah.
What do you think about Elysium?
I don't know. I haven't seen too much about it, so I'm not like, oh man, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm gonna see it anyway. I've heard good things to come from it, so I'm not really sure to think too much into it.
District 9 snuck up on us too. So
Yeah, like, I didn't think too much of District 9, but it was great.
Think it'll be an Academy Award?
Probably not. I feel like sci-fi films usually get the shaft because they're considered like in the ghetto of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Well, District 9 got nominated for Best Picture.
It did it.
Yeah.
Was that the year after The Dark Knight didn't get nominated?
Yeah.
Everyone was a little bitch fit and made them nominate movies like that.
Yeah, it was the year after.
Okay, so I guess that concludes our summer movie talk. Guess we'll come back to you later when we've seen the rest of the movies of the summer.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll let you know what we thought about all these movies.
That was Real Talk with two E's. My name.
Yeah, fun.
See ya.